Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. Of course, I'm your host, DBoss. I'm just encouraging the people that whoever comes on, support their products, stream their products, buy their products. If it's the artist, the film, watch their films. You guys can do your due diligence because, these are things that we have to do so that you can help the artist. Don't they say, I'm helping the artist and you guys are not looking at their music or streaming it or purchasing it. Or if they have movies, watch it. It helps. It helps. I'm just telling you. But for anybody that hasn't, we're in 28 different countries, Caribvision, Bell 5, Channel 658 for everybody in Canada. We have 12 million viewers on a daily basis. And if you miss any of the episodes, you can go to my YouTube channel, DBoss Networks. You can subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, or get the notifications. And you can see any of the episodes that you didn't get to see on people that are actually watching TV. But today we got a real special treat, a real guest, and he's here. He's been here before, but not really here. But we're really going to find out about him. He's a multi-Grammy nominated rapper, music producer, actor, director, and film producer. And he's doing a lot of stuff. And I am calling him the mogul in his industry and rising. And we're going to find out all about him and what he's doing. So with no other further ado, I introduce to you Mikey J.
Hey.
You like that one? You like that one? You like that introduction? That's good.
I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I'm not gonna lie. That was alright. How you doing? Happy holidays.
I'm good. But you're a mogul and you've been doing so many things and maybe don't think of that. And that's a name and that's a level that you give the people who are doing a lot and producing, and not just producing anything, producing quality stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So for people that don't know, you can tell everybody where you come from, what's your background?
For those that don't know me, I'm a as she stated, music producer, rapper, actor, film director, film producer, writer. I don't like the word philanthropist. I like the words brother's keeper.
Okay.
I'm a dad.
Ooh, I forgot that your dad too.
I'm a future husband. A whole lot more. Yes, I've been nominated for multiple Grammys. I've won a slew of music awards, and I've been honored over 45 times for my music, films, and being my brother's keeper, my philanthropy.
So what's your cultural background?
Culturally, my grandfather's from Tobago.
Okay, you see, we got something coming out there.
My grandmother's from Tobago, and my grandmother, her mother, that whole lineage, my great grandmother Mamie, she's from the reservation, Oklahoma. She's indigenous. She's Native American.
Okay.
She was. She ain't here no more. She'll be 200 years old.
But it's still in your blood.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, listen, I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have that side. Not to mention my dad as well. So his side of the bloodline. So I'm just been blessed to be multicultural.
Okay.
Born in America, but I know who my family is. I know where my bloodline goes to, and I'm happy. There was a time when I didn't know if I should tell people my lineage, my lineage roots and all that, because you never know how society would take to that. But that's when I was much younger.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people never said where they came from. They just said either they're Canadian or American.
Yeah.
But now it's important because now people are finding out what they have. They're crossed with this. They have this, and your parents sometimes never told you, but now they're starting to tell you.
Yeah.
Where you come from.
I really gotta say it's my mom who was the matriarch of the family.
Mm-hmm.
She was very proud to be half Tobagan and half Native American. She was very proud woman. Um, Very inspiring, uplifting, empowering, and encouraging woman. And she was very forthcoming with her life, very transparent. And she didn't care what you thought about her. I wish I would have got that from her sooner. It was always there, but I wish I would have honed on that much sooner. But I honed on that later in life. But my mom was really, she was dope. She was dope. We've been through our trials and tribulations, ups and downs. My mother was a very prideful woman, but at the end of the day, she was just great. You know,
Mhm.
she was just really great.
So
I miss
what made you came before you to come to this rise to where you are? So where did you come? What made you want to start to say, you know what, I want to be in music. I want to be an artist.
So basically to go deep, I started out rapping when I was like very young, 10, 11, 12 years old. But I got inspired to rap because I was into rock music. I was into Metallica, Megadeth, Skid Row, Ozzy Osbourne, Rob Zombie. Like I was into rock, and I was into rock and roll. My mom had got me into Motown, doo wop, hip hop. The music at that time growing up, you didn't really have too many music stations. MTV was playing, rock music, popular music. Michael Jackson is the one that broke that barrier down to get black
Mhm.
music on MTV. Um, so my first taste of hip hop was via VJ Ralph McDaniels. He the creator and the founder of Video Music Box, and that's the first time I saw hip hop rap music. Rock Box with Run DMC, LL Cool J, Can't Live Without My Radio. Like those are the type of videos. KRS One, My Philosophy video, and many others that came through after them. And not to mention Herbie Hancock. There was a video show called New York Hot Tracks on ABC Channel 7 out of New York. And that was hosted by Carlos from 92 WKTU. Why do I even remember all this? But but
Well,
that
because
was
you're on
hosted by
today.
him.
You're on today. I'm jogging your
Yeah.
memory.
And that's the first time I ever seen um Melly Mel's video Pump Me Up. Pump Me Up. That's the first time I seen Grandmaster Melly Mel's video Pump Me Up. It was on New York, New York City Hot Tracks. And from there, hip hop. So I just started rapping, and then I got more inspired by my neighborhood friends Keith and rest in peace to Niger, because they were actually going hard with it. I was breakdancing, electric boogie, and I'm very talented with that. And they was rapping. I was like, you know what? Let me just do what I do, and I started getting better and better. Wasn't great at the beginning. I was doing nursery rhymes, all kind of, I think I can do this, knowing I can if I applied myself. So that's when I just really started going a little bit more harder, getting better at my writing. And then I just start writing and just start rapping off the top of my head, freestyling, looking at things within my circumference, my surroundings, and rapping about that, putting
Oh,
everything
you
in.
mean inside your house or wherever
Yeah,
you were? That's how
wherever I
your
were.
thought process came.
Yeah, correct. And it was really Keith and Niger that really made me want to just go harder with it. Rest in peace to Niger Sweeting, and Keith joins out of my projects. And then it just went from there. So I went from rapping to DJing, from DJing to producing music. I produced my first track at the age of 16. I was producing music. I had this drum machine. It was called the Alessis SR16. Alessis, Elysees, tomato, and I had a Casio keyboard that I synced up to it. Had the yellow pads on it. So my mom at that time was living in 1233 Boston Road, and that's where we were living at. And I was doing music in my room, still doing what I was doing in the street though. Um,
Mm,
and you know, I had one foot into music, and I had both feet in the streets, if you know what I mean.
mm.
You know, and
So
then
you got that. So that kind of got you caught up. You got caught up a
well,
little bit.
anybody that's caught up is in a situation that they feel
Mhm.
they can't control or get out. I was never caught up. I knew exactly what I was doing. I
Okay.
love the life that I was living when I was out there in the streets, but you can't you can't serve two masters. So yeah, you know, I realized that I was conflicted because when you're supposed to be living righteous and you saying, "Yeah, I love God," but you going city to city, state to state, or doing what you're doing in your own hometown, quote unquote, distributing narcotics, doing what you're doing, that's not righteous. You can't serve two masters. So it wasn't until I met Bella Ray, and it was a situation, and right after that situation, I said, "I'm not doing this no more." I
Mm,
got out. I got out because I felt like the walls were closing in on me regardless, even if Bella Ray wasn't involved in the situation. Um, I felt the walls were closing in on me. Like I was about to either get caught up and do football numbers. If I wasn't gonna do football numbers, whatever time I would have got, whether it was state, local, or federal, like it just felt like something was about to crash down on me.
okay.
And I said, "Yo, I can't do this no more." Because either I'm gonna be locked up for the rest of my life or half my life or whatever, or I'm gonna have to take a life to protect my life.
Mm.
You
So
know,
your
so
back was against the wall.
yeah, it was going in that direction. I just had this gut feeling that I need to get up out of there, and people were singing like making platinum records with the local authorities. So I
Mm,
thank God I always do my dirt all by my lonely, so I can only tell them myself. But I just need the headache. But it really when when you're in a relationship and your significant other doesn't know what you're doing because you're telling you do other things, and then she finds out that what you
wow.
told her was half truth or not the truth at all, and then she witnesses it, you gotta make a decision. Either your significant other or the streets. I chose this is my significant other. I chose Bella Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
And she's
God
with
on
you, and she's still with you today. And you know that person, you didn't know if God put that person, which you found out later. Yes, He did put that person to stop you from doing and wake up. I guess she felt a little bit of mistrust because
Yeah,
wow, this guy
definitely.
told me
Definitely.
he
She
told
had
me
every
something.
she had every bit of reason not to trust. Look, I didn't even tell her my real name when I first met her.
Oh my gosh.
He found out my real name from my mother. My mother was calling me through the house. And Bella Ray was like, "There's no Mikey here. There's a Chase here." So that's how she found out my real name. And,
Mm,
I didn't tell her my real name at first because, I was in the streets. So I didn't know who she
right,
knew. I didn't know if she was police or going to be police. You don't know.
right.
You don't know. So, I told her my street name, my nickname, Chase. But I didn't say, I added a little piece of it. I embellished on my street name. I told her my name was Chase Lynn.
Mm.
And then you know, we went from there, and we've been together 24 and a half years. So
Wow.
you gotta make a decision. And then we had our son, Jaden Anye, who my company is named after, Anye. And We made it to 24 something, 24 and a half years.
Wow. So that was the turning point in your life that we said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. The street stuff. I'm going to do something more positive and take a more positive role in the community.
Yeah, I got out of the I got out of the narcotics game. Like I got out, but
Mm-hmm.
I was still walking around, you know, with this serious paranoia. So I was always on ready, set, go. Long as you stayed in your corner and didn't violate me physically, I was good. I was good. Nobody knew
What
what
do
I
you
was
mean to
into.
violate you? If they come up to you or
As
came to
long as
you
you ain't
or
putting your, long as you ain't putting your hands on me, long as you ain't trying to
okay.
act like you reaching for something or whatever, then everybody went home on a merry way and woke up the next morning. You know, I was never the offender. I was
Okay.
never the perpetrator. Never. I didn't even speak. I didn't even speak to people like that. You know, there was a time when I didn't even like people because I didn't trust people. I had this paranoia, you know, and I grew. I would say I matured.
Mm-hmm.
I was a work in progress, and I still am. So I had to make a choice: the streets or get into music. 1,000%. Every every accolade that I've received in music and now film, it should have her name on it as well. Straight up, the sacrifices, everything we've been through, it should have her name on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
when you grow with somebody and they knew all your well, they didn't know you because you didn't tell the person your real name, and you didn't say that like you were living a double life. You were living a double life at the time, and then for her to grow and say then now all of a sudden she's seeing you and now she's with you. Now she's a part of all this stuff. But I probably at the time she wasn't sure either. She probably was like, "Oh no, I don't know
well,
what I'm doing. I don't
with
know what I'm
me,
doing, but I'm here."
with me, I wasn't the shoebox guy. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
bringing her money in a shoebox.
Oh,
I wasn't bringing her money in a shopping bag. Maybe I think brown paper bag or whatever. But I wasn't doing, as they say, ignorant deliveries. You know what I mean? I wasn't being ignorant about what I was bringing her. I was using my smarts. You
okay.
know, so I was telling her, and this is gonna be the funniest thing. Um, I was telling her that it was a legit business I was involved in. That's how I was making my money.
And she never questioned it.
So the side business I was into, oh, it was 100% legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
But what she didn't know was it was a legitimate cover. It was a legitimate cover. You know, same thing when it came to academics. My brothers and my cousins, they always say, "Yo, listen, we can't tell you what to do because you're hard headed. You're gonna do what you want to do regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you finish school and get them grades. Keep them grades straight." So academically, I was always in the top classes. In public schools, all my public schools, I was an IGC student. IGC stood for Intelligent Gifted Children.
Mm-hmm.
There was never a time when I was in special ed for behavioral problems, although they were thinking about that. But I was never in special ed. I was never in any lower class where I wasn't never put in a class I didn't deserve to be in for my intelligence. Because my intelligence level was always up there. They gave me an IQ test. I think at that time, back then, my IQ was like maybe like 170.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was off the charts, you know. So I gotta thank everybody that had a hand in giving me advice, solid, strong, hardcore advice. I never had a yes man in my circumference. Bella Ray definitely ain't no yes man, and she would never lie for me.
Mm.
She would never blatantly lie for me,
Okay.
like straight up. Meaning, like, if it is what it is what it is.
Okay.
So, like, even my music career, she been there from day one. No matter, she been there from day zero.
Okay.
Yep.
So, but a lot of music and rappers and people like that. But you came out the game. But a lot of them think that that's a big part of the whole industry. And you got and what do you tell young people? Like, don't get in that game.
That's because of the programming and the conditioning of the hip hop artists nowadays, and even
Mm-hmm.
some back then. It's the programming and the conditioning. You know, here they think it's all about the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, designer wear, designer this, calling women out their names, having an abundance of women, being the player, the pimp, and all that. Nah, that's not hip hop. That's not what hip
That's
hop is
not what
about.
that's about.
Hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is a way of life. Hip hop is how you move, speak. Hip hop is about your intelligence level.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you say out of your mouth as a hip hop artist could be very impactful upon the youth or someone with an ignorance level of a child. So it's a lot when rappers are out here spewing venom or spewing positivity, creativity, as well as self love.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot you can learn from rappers like Common, DMX, um, Karis One, Most Def, Talib Kweli, uh, and just so many others. You know, um, Kendrick Lamar nowadays, Nas, of course, who is
Mm-hmm.
still relevant. Nas been relevant even from day one to now. Um,
Okay.
who else? And there's a lot of other rappers you can
So
learn
those
from.
are some people that you've worked with also.
I work with Karis One. Shout out to Karis One. I'm on his Self Construction album. That's an album that he never put out, but I'm
Okay.
on that album. Like Jennings is on that album. Cassidy's on that. I have a song with myself, Karis One, and Life Jennings, and then myself and Cassidy and Karis One. It was done in 2009 at the Rock the Bell studio. I mean, not Rock the Bells, Rock the Mic Studios, Jay-Z Studios, down in Midtown Manhattan. Um, I love KRS One, man. You know, at that time I was really just percolating and bubbling. And my old manager, Mickey Benson, I spoke to him the other day. One of the greatest managers, along with Flex Cabrera, who was a two-man management team for me. I love them to death. I learned so much from Mickey and Flex. Rest in peace to Flex. And you know, I got to work with everybody, man. Really, the pioneers. Why would I want to work with a new a artist who came out the same year I came out, or an artist that is more like one of these millennials or whatever? I want to work with the pioneers, the forefathers. DMX was my brother. That was my man. I call DMX. I can change my number. As soon as he hear my voice, yo, Mikey J, what's up? You know, my cousin Amar was bugging. Me and my cousin Amar was bugging. We was we just left the phone store. I said, yo, I gotta call X real quick. I said, I hope he answered because he don't know his number. As soon as he answered, I said, yo, X, what up, bro? And she said, hey, Mikey J, what up? And so DMX, great friend of mine, Dana Dane, shout out to my brother Dana Dane, who's also doing his thing. Um, wow, man, nice and smooth. Roxanne Shante, Chubb Rock. Um, I mean, you name it, man. I have relationships. Melly Mel, Ice T, Mark Live, so many other people, man. And that's the benefit of being a major artist in the mainstream. You get to meet your heroes. You know,
Yes.
you get to meet the great ones, and it's so many others that Grandmaster Caz, Jazzo, shout out to Jazzo. I got music with a lore. I got so many features from over the years, man. That I'm just happy that I was able to have them part of my history, part of my legacy. You know,
Wow.
so I just
So
try to
what
tell these
made you
rappers,
now? Pardon
huh?
me?
No, I just try to tell these rappers. I don't try. I tell these rappers every chance I get. Stop the buffoonery. Stop the coonery. Stop the Samuel Jackson and Django stuff, man. Like, be forthright. Be transparent. Even in my music, you don't hear me talking about my past criminal life. And
Mm-hmm.
I've done time. I've done enough time. Look, I remember the first time Bella told me she used to tell our son I was on vacation.
Mm.
That's embarrassing. Mommy, with daddy? Oh, daddy's on vacation again. Daddy's on vacation again. That's no life to live and rap about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't embellish being an ex narcotics distributor. I was never a corner dude. I tried to sell crack one day, and
Mm.
I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, but somebody tampered with the package, switched up. I had to pay for that, so I paid for it. I
Mm.
said I'll never do it again. Nowadays, you got even back then, you got dudes selling cracks and coke and weed just to get sneakers and an outfit.
Mm.
Also, you a sometimey drug dealer. You
Oh,
sometimey.
that's what you call them. Okay.
Oh, you a sometimey. I can't say the N word. That's what I want to say. Oh, you
No.
a some. Oh, you.
Well, people know
Oh,
what it
you a.
is.
Yeah, you a sometimey cat. Okay. So I'll tell you what. Stay away from me, man. So I'm just glad that God has allowed me to live to be in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That God has allowed me to sustain and maintain a relationship with the person I'm still with. That He allowed my son to grow, become the mature young man he is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just really happy that God has given me the opportunity to transcend from musical artists to films. When I was born, um, my white cells were eradicating my red cells, and they thought I was going to die. If they didn't do this procedure, I would have died. My grandmother, she didn't want the procedure done, but my mother went against my grandmother's wishes, and I'm here now.
Wow.
So I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, and I mean not near death, not just near death experiences. I've been through some death experiences, and
And
I
you're still
overcame.
here.
Yeah, man.
So what about, so what made you want to get into film?
Oh man, Superman, Star Wars, The Black Hole, Starsky and Hutch, Hill Street Blues, Miami Vice. But I was on Romper Room. I was on a show called Romper Room from the ages of 3 to 5 years old. I was on
Oh
Romper Room.
yeah.
Yeah, I was on Romper Room,
A lot of
and
us watch that.
yeah. So even before, I've always just loved cinema. I love cartoons too.
Okay.
I love cartoons. I'm a cartoon fanatic. Saturday morning cartoons, Monday through Friday, run home, tell my mom I did my homework when I did when I didn't, so I could watch Transformers and GI Joe and GoBots. And look, I was watching every cartoon you could think of. You know, Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon. So I really got into cinema, man. From my brother, he took me to see Return of the Jedi. He took me to see Superman with my aunt Kim and my aunt Tracy. My brother took me to see a movie called Kramer versus Kramer.
Mm-hmm.
That was a drama, and it was my brother who really took me to movies a lot. He took me
Right.
to see Alien. I hated him for that. Alien scared the hell out of me. So, I tell my brother, well, while I'm on the subject, I want my brother to know, like, always tell him, don't ever feel you wasn't there. You was always there.
Mm-hmm.
You did the things that inspired me today, or like, so. Shout out to my brother Bunny.
All right, well, tell us about one of your first ones here, Hopeless Romantic, and we got the trailer for it.
Hopeless Romantic. Now, I'm gonna be honest with everybody, man, and I don't even think Bella knows this. I'm a hopeless romantic. I believe in love. I love to love. There was one point in time where I knew how to love, but I forgot how to love because of what I've been through, and I brought it into my new relationship, which was with Bella. So I messed up with that. But I've always been a hopeless romantic, man, straight up. And Hopeless Romantic is based on two characters, the two main characters. Julius Dorsey plays Gator. Jordania Wise, she plays Casey. And they instantaneously fall in love at first sight without even knowing they fell in love.
Well, let's see this trailer. Hold
on. Girl, let me find out.
Find out what?
That you can sing.
I mean, for me, it's not about the money. I mean, whether the money comes or not, at least I can say that I gave an artist a legitimate shot. Us as Black women in a male-dominated industry, we really need to be the gatekeepers for one another. I just really wish other Black women in my position could grasp onto that reality.
That part, Queen. You better say it, honey. You better say it. See, that is not fair.
Look, I'm bad.
My name is Milwaukee.
I guess you're right, I have a ton of sense. My name is Jasmine, but my friends and family, they call me Yazzie.
I was seriously impressed. And I saw you with your unfunny boyfriend.
Well, do you think he likes me?
Well, besides him being unfunny.
Knock, knock. Yeah. I don't know, but you ain't getting up in here.
I love mainstream artists, especially those new aspiring artists. I love them.
Right.
Yeah, that's not the right trailer.
That's not the right one?
No, we're not. I sent you Heathen.
Okay.
And I sent you
All
Keys
right.
and Cuffs. We're
Okay.
no longer doing that version.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So so we're gonna play Keys and Cuffs. So tell us about that one.
So Keys and Cuffs, I played the lead character along with Miss Nikki Cruz, who plays Detective Keys. I play Detective Cuffs, and we're on a case, working on locking up a drug dealer by the name of Kranix, played by Mr. Britton Carter.
Okay.
And we stumble upon a kidnapping ring, a kidnap ring by the Russian mafia. And the Russian mafia is headed by Ivan Petrov, played by David Matthew Garth out of Atlanta. And we end up with two cases.
All right. Well, we can watch this one.
Yeah, it's phenomenal film.
All right.
Well, I definitely supply and demand. In fact, the only reason why you're sitting directly across from me is because Rico trusted Cream. And Cream, he trusts you.
And my name is not today.
What? You police? Fuck you on, bitch!
Nigga, fuck that milk. How? This is bullshit.
Captain Minetti wants me to go meet up with a young lady who's infiltrated Ivan Petrov's organization.
Police, put your fucking hands up. Get down!
Damn!
Drop it, motherfucker!
I am officiating.
I'm refereeing this game.
Look, man, are we gonna talk business or we gonna play cards? Because I got better shit to do.
What the fuck is that cop killing bitch?
Hey, yo, I heard you looking for me.
Suspect, black female.
Police, put your hands up right now! Right now! What the fuck do you think this is?
What this is you violating my constitutional right.
Oh no! Antonio!
Go call a fucking ambulance! Now! Preparing to meet your maker.
I'm going to paint this store with your fucking face.
What my man fucking needs?
Man, I don't know what the fuck you talking about,
Hey, yo,
man.
open your fucking mouth, pussy. How do you live with that shit?
Wow. That had me. I want to watch the rest of
You and everybody else. You and everyone else.
That had me sitting up on the edge, and it was just a trailer. Jeez. Woo. Woo. Hey people, you gotta go watch. Is that one streaming now, or is it?
No, it actually comes out next year. Finally, I spoke to my editor, so it comes out next year. And what I did release is called Keys and Cuffs Before the Badge.
Okay.
And that's a 17-minute prelude. So if you want, no one has streamed this yet. And I think we will have time. I would actually let you stream it live tonight. We'll fast forward it right to the beginning. We'll fast forward the first trailer, and you can start it.
Oh,
that's my treat.
We're gonna do that anyway because we're gonna have the crew and everybody coming on, right?
Yeah, that's for Hopeless Romantic. Yeah, that's for Hopeless Romantic.
Yeah, so we'll have that one for that. So we're gonna what are we going to now tell us about this one, Heathen?
Heathen. Whoo, there's a lot of heathens in church.
No, they just ain't in church. They're all over the place.
So Heathen stars.
It could be your neighbor.
So Heathen stars Mr. Britton Carter, who plays Mr. Cletus Goins, and Miss Wilhelmina Ham, who plays Marjorie Goins. And it also co-stars Mr. Pop Scudder, as well as Tamar Dodds, as well as Jadani Wise. I'm in it. I make a cameo appearance in it. And it also stars Mr. Lauren Michael Harris, who's also one of the co-stars of the film as well. And a whole bunch of people in this film.
Well, we're gonna watch that one, and I will stream the Keys and Cuffs. After the episode, I'll just send that so they'll get a little treat because I am on from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So I'll just stream it after the episode, so they'll do it for me.
Great.
All right.
I'll send you a link right now.
All right. Well, I gotta send the actual footage, so it's the actual footage I gotta send to them. Okay. So, anyways, here we go for Heathen.
Mr. Cletus Goins. Look at this.
Yes. Church, I am so glad we had this time together today.
You are the worst!
What?
Your son comes to see you, and you still act like a jackass. I'm not some whore, and I'm not some tainted slut. I'm your wife, my nigga.
Today, we're going to talk about transparency. I'm what they say, somebody that's cut from a different cloth.
So for you to be passing judgment on my brother like that is not cool. And isn't passing judgment against someone a sin against God?
I'm getting married. And you get to officiate my big day.
Take your ass on down the road with your narrow ass.
Telling me I can't come in the house. Talking about because my parole officer came over there and with the drug situation, all that, like looking at me for my past, saying I can't come in your house.
Boy, I ain't got nothing for you here.
He is the asshole of all assholes. I've just dubbed him the king of the heathens.
Are you ever gonna come back home?
Me and Mommy got some things to figure out. I promise you, we're working on me coming back home.
Let's go. You can see that I was self-defense. This dude put his hands on me.
So you like going to them strip clubs, don't you? You like hanging up there with them skanky hoes.
Y'all hear me, church? Give me an amen, church. Amen. Amen. I said amen.
Wow, well, that was good too.
Thank you.
Wow. And, you know, did I see the pastor had a cigar in his hand on his Well, his last name is the same as my mom's family, Carter and Grants. So
you might be related. Might be related.
Know. But this is something, but you know, it's excellent. This is really, really something. It's really excellent for this. And you know, and you putting it. So what else are you working on besides this?
Oh
Which
man.
is a lot.
I can pull up my phone right now. We got, so far, we're wrapping up Hopeless Romantic, a Michael Stephen Paul love story, which is the new revamped version of the previous Hopeless Romantic.
Okay.
Then we wrapping up Sugar Daddy. We wrapped up Heathen.
Okay.
Then we're going into production for Time Matters. After Time Matters, we have Colorblind. After Colorblind, we have, better yet, you know what? Let me do it like this. So we got Colorblind.
Okay.
After Colorblind, then we got Time Matters.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you got that from Real Life Matters.
Yeah, Forsaking All Others.
Okay.
Forsaking All Others. My TV series, Days of a King.
Okay.
My comedy, Chill Pill.
Mm-hmm.
My new film, The Deception. That's starring Jordani Wise and Lionel Hall.
Okay.
Beat Street. It's going to be my rendition of Beat Street, the classic. And not to mention, what else we got? Three the Hard Way. And
Well, you got a lot of filming there.
Yeah, and I got a horror movie Run, and you already know Heathen. You just seen the trailer.
Mm-hmm. So when are you sleeping when you're doing all this?
I know, right? Oh, and I can't forget Keys and Cuffs.
Yes.
So, with the exception of this Keys and Cuffs poster, I designed the other posters.
Okay.
Every other poster you've seen, I designed it. I did the graphic work on it.
All right. So are there any shout outs, Mikey J, that you want to give to anybody?
Well, definitely the first shout I want to give to is God, my mom, my grandmother. Rest in peace to them. I definitely got to give some special shout outs for people who were there when I was homeless. Patricia, rest in peace to Patricia Bond. You know, she was there. She was there. She was there. That's Bella's Rage Bomb. she was there. That's all I can say. She was there. And just a few other people, man. There's so many to name, but those are the people that I gotta mention. So everyone else that's been there, shout out to all of y'all. In Cincinnati, to my Cincinnati people, Sarah Green, William and the Ham, Miss Maxine Carter, the Carter family. Wow, so many other people in Cincinnati. Shout out to Brandon Strickland at Vibes Lounge. Shout out to Lil Brandon. In New York, shout out to my whole New York family, my whole New York team. So AIGNE Film Group is definitely doing its thing. I started my new film company strictly for Cincinnati. It's called Natty Wood Films. Natty Wood Films is me. I have a new talk show that we're working on right now called Natty Wood.
Okay.
Natty Wood. It's about cinema, strictly about cinema. We're going to be interviewing directors, producers, writers, actors, strictly cinema. I don't care about your music. I don't care about your food. I don't care about none of that.
Okay.
We just interviewing everybody in cinema. So other shout outs, man, just everybody, man, that's been supportive. and shout out to all the people who have not been supportive. You guys deserve a mention too, because to be honest with me, to be honest with you, your biggest supporters are your haters.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you have to applaud them because they give you the fuel to keep going. So I want to applaud them and say what's up to them too. Thank you very much. Big shout out to Dame Dash.
Okay.
Dame Dash Studios, that's my distributor, Mr. Salgado, and everybody else. And I'm looking forward to rocking with Dame Dash, man, in 2023. We're gonna be doing some big things. Shout out to Mr. Lee Wagner. I'm gonna be speaking at the Ohio Media School February 9th. Looking forward to that. Shout out to my manager, Gene Groove B Chill Allen. Shout out to my cousin Andre Wilson for making that connection between myself and Gene Groove Allen. If you've seen the House Party movies and every other movie, you know who he is.
Wow.
So, just as I'm upper echelon, I have to have upper echelon management. And I'm happy. Shout out to Catherine Rosen, who's supposed to have been retiring for the past 2-3 years.
Hasn't yet.
My PR team and everybody else, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my son for holding that boom, doing my audio on set, holding me down. Shout out to Rob down in Cincinnati for booming when my son couldn't do it. And of course, man, big shout out to Bella Ray. Big shout out to Bella Ray, my president, my executive producer, my partner, my friend, my everything. Bella Bond Media Group and Bella Bond Consulting.
Okay.
And Mr. Britton Carter and everybody else, man, that's part of what I'm doing. Let's go. Ready, set, go.
All right. So if people, your social media handles, if people want to reach out to you or, should I see if they get in the movie?
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Donna Worsley Hines as well. So and
right.
Mr. Lewis Gordon, Elizabeth Martin. So listen, to get me through social media is very, very easy. I changed my Instagram name from Mikey J's IG to Mikey J NYC. Real easy. MIKEYJAYNYC for New York City. You can get my Facebook at Team Mikey J or Mikey J in parentheses Michael Stephen Paul or Michael Stephen Paul Mikey J. My Twitter is Team Mikey J. The YouTube channel strictly for my films is AIGNE AIGNE AFG. Film Group will pop up, but we have a new channel. So it's AIGNE AFG. My TikTok, yes, I have a TikTok. I finally got me a TikTok. And I need to run them numbers up, everybody. So help me run my numbers up. All right?
Along with everybody else.
Yeah, help me run my numbers up. So my TikTok is Mikey J NYC as well.
Okay.
I don't do Snapchat. I think Snapchat is for females. I'll let y'all have that. Am I forgetting any other social media handles? Oh, and you guys, anyone that wants to, let me break this down. Let me hold on. Shout out to my jeweler, Brian Proctor, the King of Diamonds. I draw. So I designed my piece, but he produced it. And it came out beautifully. And I just purchased this bracelet from him. And it's actually 18 karat gold, diamond out. So big shout out to my jeweler.
Well, you can send one of those over here for Christmas.
Shout out to my jeweler, Brian Proctor, the King of Diamonds. And I'm actually doing his documentary.
Or New Year's present.
I know, right? I'm actually doing Mr. Proctor's documentary. We started his documentary Monday. And it's hosted by Mr. Britton Carter. And it's called The King of Diamonds, the Brian Proctor story. So that's another one of my big projects that I'm working on, being distributed through Dane Studios. Oh, I can't forget. Hold up. Big shout out to Des Allen and Jordani Wise. I'm distributing their film. It's a science fiction film called System. And that's being distributed through Dane Studios as well. So AIGNE Film Group is actually a distribution house. We're a film company distribution house. A Series Productions is the production arm of my company. AIGNE Media Group is the television arm of my company, along with Bellabond Media Group and Bellabond Consulting. So anybody that wants to be in my films, if you're in the Cincinnati region, the Midwest, it's Natty Wood Film Casting at gmail.com. NATIWOOD Film Casting at gmail.com. For all other for the North, South, and every other, and outside of the UN, outside of the United States, it's AIGNE Film Casting. At yahoo.com.
All right.
AIGNE
Well, I think we got it all covered. Mikey J, you know.
Yeah, hey, listen, I hope so, man, because we got a lot going on, you know?
Yes. All right. So it's been a pleasure, Mikey J, and hearing you from the rise of a mogul to Mikey J to where you're at now. I'm telling you, everybody got the story. We all got it. It was a pleasure having you on. You know, people go and watch the thing. You're going to see the trailer after Real Life Matters of the show, and you guys enjoy. And whoever missed the episode, they can go back to the on DBoss Networks on the YouTube channel. You could see it. All right. So it's been a pleasure. I'm thanking Mikey J tonight for coming on, and I do want to thank the viewers for watching Real Life Matters. So just stick around, Mikey J, after we go on. So anyway, so bye for now.
Yes, ma'am.